Let's begin by queering up travel. The Florida Outcoast Convention made history for LGBTQ plus travel. The inaugural Florida Outcoast Convention, FLOCC, and the first and only conference focused on the Florida LGBTQ plus tourism industry, has just completed, running August 1st through August 3rd. Outcoast hosted the three-day event in Tampa at the Hilton Downtown. The convention brought together DMOs, hotels, business owners, LGBTQ plus organizations, travel planners, influencers, media, and others who want to support and learn about inclusive tourism. The event raised money to support the LGBTQ plus Pride centers in Naples and Fort Myers. The convention featured keynote speakers like Brianna Summers, Farron Hipp, Jaime and Katie Filer, Greg DeShields, Trevor Pettiford, and Kevin Finke. It also hosted performances by Sarah Potenza, Miah, and Jeff Klein. There is no denying that it is a critical time in Florida for the LGBTQ plus community members and especially travelers, given that travel advisories are on the minds of tourism leaders throughout the country and especially in Florida. There was no better time for this event. This year, organizations like the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, NAACP, the League of United Latin American Citizens, the Human Rights Campaign, the HRC, and Equality Florida issued warnings to LGBTQ plus travelers visiting Florida, considering the potential impacts of the recently passed LGBTQ plus bills in the state. Never before has there been a space for Florida's tourism and LGBTQ plus leaders to come together to learn, network, and collaborate. This is a really important event for the LGBTQ community. I've just recently interviewed Richard Gray, who is an Out 100 recipient for Visit Lauderdale, and Stacy Ritter, the CEO of Visit Lauderdale. She was a keynote speaker at this conference in Tampa. And both make it very, very clear of how important tourism is to LGBT. In Broward County, as an illustration, more than 1.1 million LGBT visitors to our county. And it accounts for nearly $1 billion of overall tourism. And what that really means when we go, well, how does it affect us? It affects jobs. It creates jobs. Tourism is a job-creating industry. And as a result, for LGBT, it's really a critical factor. And for us also, travel is really a critical point. And so really the entire eyes of the country and internationally are looking to Florida in the politics that we're watching. And so this conference was very, very important. I congratulate Outcoast for what they did.
Well, and we can't talk about this FLOCC without talking about the incredible woman behind it all, the one with the mission and the vision. Miss Rachel Cavello, you are an incredible human being. Thank you. You know, you made your vision happen. I remember a year ago when she said, I want to get people to come to Tampa and learn all the ins and outs about LGBTQ plus travel, but I'm a girl. How am I going to do this? And you did it, girl. You did it, and you were amazing. People are still talking about it. Richard Gray was there. Stacy Ritter got an award. Congratulations, Miss Ritter, for getting that award. You're a hot lady. I just want to tell you that. You know, Kevin Clevenger, part of FLOCC Fest, was also part of a panel, and they talked about, you know, the drag ban and how that affects different organizations here in South Florida, right? You know, and so important right now. So important with everything happening. How influencers can help these organizations, right? By doing videos telling people that Florida is safe and we're okay. And yes, you know, look behind you. But that's anywhere that you travel as LGBTQ plus. That's not just for Florida, you know? So I think that they did a wonderful thing. And I believe that they're going to try to move the FLOCC convention down here further to South Florida. And, you know, got to be a part of it next year, because I think that it was definitely smart move. It was well attended. And I'm just very proud of everyone who went over there.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can represent the people who are thinking of going to events, because as a writer, I'm involved with a lot of national writers groups. We have writers conferences and fan conventions around the country. And I'm seeing a lot of chatter on my lists about people saying, I'm not comfortable going to this place. I'm a trans person and I'm worried about how I would be received. So I see this kind of on a ground level, that people really are worried about Florida and many of the other places in the country that are instituting these kind of policies.
And it's unfortunate because the guy behind all of this is the governor of the great state of Florida. And
Who?
the governor.
Oh, the governor.
Yeah.
That guy.
Don't say DeSantis.
Yeah.
That's
He who shall
and
not be
at the end of the day, you know, when tourism is down and the economy is tanking and there's revenue not coming in, the buck stops there.
Yeah.
We are Queer News Tonight, the world's first and only live daily LGBTQ plus evening news show, brought to you from Happening Out Television Network. We operate in the same model of PBS and NPR, but for the LGBTQ plus community. We educate, inform, and entertain by supporting the 10 pillars of our LGBTQ plus community, with more than 100,000 a week watching us on Roku, Apple Television, and other channels. To keep the story going, we accept donations with 100% transparency. Stay updated and live authentically with Queer News Tonight.